Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Susan Caperso. Welcome to the Sands of Time, our ongoing series of videos, educational videos. And welcome, Lisa. Thank you for joining, Lisa Strauss Lawrence. And let's get going today. We have a great guest in store for you
We
today.
do. Susan, always great to see you on a weekly basis. We love what we do and we believe in helping people, especially at these different points in their lives, whether they are at the end of their journey or whether they are remembering people who they have lost. So today is a very special topic. It's called repurposing jewelry. And I am really happy and privileged to introduce Amy Kanarek of Amy Kanarek Designs. She's a designer and maker of beautiful jewelry, and she's going to speak about what this is all about and repurposing jewelry to remember our loved ones. Amy, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Lisa
Thank
and
you, Amy,
Susan, for inviting me. It's my pleasure.
for coming today.
Thank you. So, yeah, I'll just tell you a little bit about my business, how I got started making jewelry. Um, I've always been a creative. I think I've always had a creative eye. But originally I was a French teacher, and also I was a professional cantor for several years. And it's at that time that I started making jewelry. But my road into making jewelry was that I had a Ziploc bag in my drawer for years. I mean, years, that had crystals, a broken crystal necklace of my mother's. And she was alive at the time, but I just I don't even know if I had memories. I just thought they were special because my mother wore them.
Yes.
And, but I didn't know what to do with them. And one day I discovered this bead shop in near where we live. And I walked in with this Ziploc bag of a broken crystal necklace, and they showed me what to do. And I actually have that piece to show you today. Oops, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm a little
Technology.
I'm a little technologically challenged, so if I do
Wow,
anything right, it's probably miraculous.
beautiful.
Well, you did that right. Look at that. That's
Yeah, this
beautiful.
is actually the very first piece of jewelry that I ever made. I
Wow.
was able to find
Oh,
it. They're crystals, and I added these little sterling silver spacers and some other blue crystals in between the larger ones. Um, to make a new necklace, I added a sterling silver toggle clasp. I sort of updated it a little bit, um,
nice class.
and made something new out of my mother's crystals. And that was
And,
the impetus for me.
and that's a beautiful story. And I just want to note that I was so excited that you're here today because, after my husband passed, I have an engagement ring, I have a wedding ring, and I just don't know what to do with them. So they sit in a box, right? And I'm
Mm.
sure that happens to a lot of people, not just for their spouses, but their parents or anybody, friend, family, anytime you have a piece of jewelry and we don't know what to do with it. So
Yeah,
we're so excited to hear some of your stories, and this was a great one.
thank you. Thank you. So, since you mentioned the engagement ring, I'm going to show you another piece that that uses a little diamond stud. Let me get a picture up here. We'll do show and tell. Uh, so this is a little diamond stud that actually it might have been from an engagement ring. It looks very similar to my ring. It's a basic round diamond. And my mother, it was actually an earring, this particular one. And my mother had it repurposed into a pendant because she lost the other earring.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so she had this little pendant made, but if you look at it closely, you can see it's a little lopsided. She had it on a prettier chain. Um, and when she passed, I inherited this piece.
And I'm going
Um,
to share the same thing. All right, you
yeah.
ready? That looks really similar to mine. So my grandmother had two diamonds in this huge ring I really am not crazy about diamonds. I don't
Oh,
really, they're not something that gets me excited, but they were from my grandmother. So I
yeah.
took them out of her engagement ring and I gave one diamond to my daughter for her own engagement. And I kept the other one. And you see, it looks similar to yours because I did the exact same thing. I went to a jeweler and I had them take it out and put it into this. This is a European cut diamond. You can see the side of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But same idea. And you can put it on any necklace that you want. But the important thing is that I remember my grandmother from it. Same idea.
Well, yours was done better than my mother's was all lopsided. So we took this, we took this and we redid it into a
Okay.
cleaner, a little bit of a more modern, clean setting. And this is how it looks on a simple gold chain. But then I took it one step further and I had to add my, because I really want to wear it. And I rarely wear a simple piece. That's just my thing. It would be lovely this way. But here's what I did with it, taking my design
Oh, wow.
and
You put it
adding it into this beaded statement necklace.
Wow.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, I added the diamond as a focal onto this beaded statement necklace. And I think it's really, I really think I will enjoy wearing this piece this way.
It's so
So,
unique.
Mm,
yeah,
it
thank you.
You know,
is.
and that's what makes it beautiful. That piece is a one of a kind.
It
Nobody
is
else
a one of a
has a
kind.
piece like
Yeah,
that.
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
I want to show you another piece that is also from my mother. This is a ring that my mother wore. This was her good ring. I'm showing you the back of it to demonstrate the fact that it's a ring. But it's black onyx with this sort of antique setting. And we took it apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's this stone, and here's the setting. We took the ring part off because I wasn't wearing it all as a ring, but I have the memories. I just can picture it on my mother's hand. Um, Growing up, whenever she got dressed up when I was little, this was her dress up ring. And so what we did with it is we took it apart, took the ring off, and made it into a pendant. And I went really classic on this one. So here's the finished.
Oh, the black and white is amazing. Wow.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
striking.
So I went
That's
with
beautiful.
pearls. I could have used a stone also here. I was thinking about it, but I decided to go really classic with the onyx and gold and white pearls. So I think it makes a very
Yeah.
elegant
Wow.
piece.
I would never have thought to put that on a pearl
No,
necklace
me
ever.
neither. I love
Wow.
Yeah.
that.
Me too.
That's why, that's what I do. My eye is trained to look at a piece of jewelry and say, oh, yeah, and just have 10 different ideas
Yes.
Right.
for,
Yes. Yes.
for where it could go.
While we're talking about rings, let me bring up something with rings because
Yeah.
people have a lot of rings that, are from people, of course, who have passed. And so this one was a beautiful star sapphire that I gave to my husband.
Mm.
And, after he was gone, my son didn't want it, and my partner doesn't want it, and my son-in-law doesn't want it. And yet it was so beautiful to me that I really wanted to make sure that it went somewhere. So I had them, of course, do a pendant. And the 3 diamonds comes from another ring that my grandmother had. She had one of those anniversary rings, the eternal rings. So they took us out some diamonds, and those are 3 diamonds that represent my 3 grandchildren.
Oh,
So this pendant means really a lot to me. It's very special to me. And the blue is just gorgeous.
it's
He
beautiful.
loved he loves star sapphire. So another idea of what to do with, again, rings and remembering people.
Yeah. Your pendant makes me think of this piece also. A
Oh, yeah.
customer brought this pin to me. It's a cameo. I don't know if I think I
It's
have a
hard.
photo.
Yeah, it's hard to see it.
It was a
Yeah.
cameo pin, and we very carefully took off the pin from the back so that I had a really beautiful smooth surface to work with. And I beaded around the edge to make a pendant out of it. So yeah, I
Wow.
think she'll really enjoy wearing that. And I
That,
brought
that
one
is
other.
that is beautiful,
It is.
Amy,
Gorgeous piece.
because if I did have the old fashioned brooch, like so many people, did I pronounce that right? Brooch?
Yes.
Oh yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
because in older generations, they wore them so much. So I don't think unless I left it on a certain coat or something, I don't think I would utilize it. But to do that, that's stunning. You're wearing a big piece. I have a lot of those like that. And
Yeah,
to wear something like that, people are attracted to it and you get to show its beauty.
yeah, yeah. And you remember the person, this was also an heirloom piece
Yeah,
for this
beautiful.
woman, and she said, I just never wear it as a pin, but I think I would wear it as a
Yes.
pendant.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so I have one other thing to
Go ahead.
show you that I
Go ahead.
brought today.
Go ahead.
So this is a bracelet. And when I look at this piece, I get a million ideas. I don't love it as a bracelet. It's a little bit heavy for me, just not, I just don't, I don't know. I wouldn't wear it as a bracelet. But when I look at it, what I see is a pendant hanging from a long chain,
Yes. Yes.
which I think would be stunning. And also, the other idea I have for this one is to take these pieces apart. And if we do that, then I think there are 13 of them. And I was thinking, okay, one for me and one for my daughter. That's two. I have two sisters in law. I have two nephews who one has a wife and one has a serious girlfriend. And then I have three female cousins on my mother's side. And and one of them has two daughters. We're up to 11. And then my mother has another dear, dear cousin on her side. So I'm thinking each one of these
Yes.
could be either a little pendant
Mm-hmm.
hanging this way,
Yeah.
or a bar pendant this way, or it could be also be a bracelet with a gold chain coming off of either end.
Yes.
So
Definitely. So
13
many
people
things with that.
could have a memory that, this was my mother's.
So many things. You know what I thought though? As soon as you held that up,
Yeah,
I love the long chain pendant because a lot of people are wearing those now. Chico's has
yeah,
tons of them, with the
yeah, it would be
beautiful pin
beautiful.
at the bottom. But I even thought of if you separated them and you could make sort of, I don't know what you call it, like a starburst
Oh,
connected
yeah,
on two chains, just to have that beautiful color there. If it was
yeah,
separated, the colors were separated, you could do so many things with that.
yeah, yeah. The possibilities are really limitless. Could
Interesting.
even be a little earring. Each one
Yes.
could be a little
Oh
earring.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. I was thinking about that. Yes. For my daughter's wedding, I took a piece and I made it into two bracelets and two tie tacks from my son and my son-in-law. So
Yeah.
you can take apart a lot of things and
Yeah.
make them into many other things. And again, the memories of what that represents.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's an art. It's an art and a passion. And the fact that you're preserving the memories of those people, yeah,
Thank
makes
you.
it so much more special.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one I know I'm really going to enjoy wearing it, and I feel that my my mother would so appreciate knowing that I'm enjoying, her things in this way. I just, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Amy, wonderful. Wonderful. Yep. Love it. Love it. It really helps all of us remember the people we love, preserve their memories, and keep them with us. And now they're not only with us in our hearts, but they're with us on our necklaces and on our ears and in our bracelets and all. Yeah, beautiful. Do you, there's your website. I know you have a
Well, I
really,
have one last
go
question.
ahead.
One
Yeah.
last question. So what would you recommend? A lot of people leave like just gold bands behind.
Oh, yeah.
What would you suggest for that? I recently saw somebody, an actress on TV, and I swear it was a gold band, and then she had attached two chains to it or something on either side of the band. Have you seen anything like that for people that are looking to
That's
do something?
abs that's a great idea to do a little. If you have more than one, it's even more exciting, but you can add things. You can always take what you have and add things. Um, but to take one and just, make it a pendant. And then if you have a little stone, you could add the stone to the edge in a sort of um, an asymmetric way that could be beautiful also. But what I've also done is added, you see how my engagement ring has a very narrow, um, the ring part is actually very narrow. Um, and I have seen um, thin engagement rings fused to either side of a narrow ring like this, and it preserves the other rings so that
Yes,
you're actually wearing them, and it also makes this ring wider so that it's a little more stable on your
right,
finger.
right,
So
right.
that's something you can do. You can take one ring and fuse it. You can just wear it with others, or you can actually fuse them together to
Yes,
make one heavier band.
yes.
Wow,
I mean,
that's
many of us have, wedding rings and such, and, trying to figure out what to do. I mean, I did something with my wedding ring, and made a really pretty unique chain on it, and fused it onto something else, just like you said. I made it into a longer pendant, which is very cool. But again, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say this. Another idea.
Yeah.
You can also cut a ring in half and use the two sides as earrings.
Oh, never even thought of that. That's really neat. Wow,
wow.
that's neat.
That's an idea.
That's love that idea. Love that idea. Yeah,
A really
yeah.
nice
That's a
idea.
great idea. Great idea.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I want to make sure that everybody they obviously see your website, contact information, and also I love your motto. Tell everybody your motto.
So I've recently started working with natural stones. The one I'm wearing is a gorgeous flashy blue labradorite. And so my new motto is a healthier take on Bob Dylan's
Yes,
uh, idea that everybody must get stones.com is an easy way to find me.
yes, that's great.
So as soon as I thought of that idea, I grabbed the URL. So
Good.
everybody must get stones.com.
Love it. Love it.
That's awesome. I
That's
love
great.
that too.
That's great. Well,
Oh,
this has
thank
been wonderful. Thank you so very
Yeah,
much. Hopefully it gave people a
so
lot of
much
ideas.
today.
Thank you. I'm happy to
So
be contacted to help preserve those memories.
wonderful. So anybody could reach out to you and you can have consultations with them on their piece.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm also reachable by email at amy@amykanarekdesigns.com.
Okay,
Or
great.
if you go to my website through everybodymustgetstones.com, there will also be an opportunity to contact me there.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. This was wonderful. You
Thank
do
you so much
beautiful
for
work.
inviting me. Thank
Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you for joining us today.
you.
Take care, okay?
You
Bye.
All right.
too. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.